Hey everyone, it's Miso here. Welcome back to my Cornerstone. In today's video, I want to talk about traveling and what to bring when you are traveling with a baby. I have traveled so many places with my daughter. I started traveling as early as when she was 2 months, and then her most recent trip was when she was like 16 months. We did so many international flights and a few domestic. So this video is just to help a mom or a friend out there. I know it comes with so much worrying. Traveling alone is just stressful enough, and now you have a baby with you. But don't worry, I got you guys. I've traveled so much, so I hope this video helps somebody out there.
Every moment tonight, they led me to you. Every single time you look at me, I lose it too.
Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is just packing accordingly. I know being a mom and when you're traveling to all these places, it's really easy to overpack, especially like to overpack and bring so many outfits that they're not gonna wear. Trust me, I have done that. So what you want to do is just, for the amount of days that you are going, bring that many set of clothes or how many clothes your baby usually wear. Plus, bring some extra for along the way or in case, accidents happen. And just bring one or two pretty outfits. I know that like even as a girl myself, being a girl, we tend to pack for if the weather is this, if the weather is that. This took me so long to like stop doing this. When you have so many things on your hand, packing too much is just gonna be a lot on you at the end of the day. Honestly, just pack clothes to keep them comfortable, They're babies. Wherever you're going, just make sure that you do your research. And like I said, pack accordingly. Make sure you have, if you're going to somewhere hot, make sure you pack in advance for that. If you're going somewhere cold, and also think about when you're on the plane, just pack accordingly and then don't go overboard with all these cute outfits. Plus, when you're traveling, for some reason, you tend to spend money on shopping wherever you're at. So who knows if you're gonna buy clothes there too. So just don't waste too much space packing things you don't really need. So going along with packing, let's talk about diapers and wipes. Okay, so if your trip is over like 4 days, I recommend that you just pack the amount of diapers that you need from here to the destination. Just pack the amount of diapers that you need during the travel time. So like if the whole flight process is like 10 hours, just pack diapers for the 10 hours and a few extras for when you land. When you arrive, go buy more. Anywhere you are, even in Europe, people will have diapers. Don't worry, but just pack enough to give you some time that when you land, you have time to go buy diapers for trips over 4 days, okay? Because I don't want you to pack all the diapers and you take up so many space and luggage space, all the weight on there, like it adds up, trust me. And I have done this, like I packed so much diapers because I was worried that like I wasn't gonna be able to find diapers in Thailand, but they have it everywhere in the world. So don't worry, don't waste your space or your energy bringing diapers if you're going on a trip that is over 4 days. But if it's less than like 4 days, and depending on how big the diaper is, if you have space in your luggage too, then most definitely I wouldn't say don't bring it. 3-4 days is not bad, so just bring it. But you don't always have to. If you don't have space, you don't have luggage, I recommend to just honestly bring the amount of diapers you need for that travel time and just to give you time to buy diapers, okay? And then for wipes, just learn to save wipes, but they're heavy too, so just one or three, depending on how long your trip is enough. Okay guys, so the biggest thing is to always bring medicine on board. Don't worry, TSA will let you go through it, the checkpoint will let you go through it, but seriously, Tylenol, ibuprofen, stool softener. In emergency cases and you're stuck somewhere where you don't have access to a store, you really need to be prepared and bring medicine. Story on this, I remember I was on my way back from Thailand and this was like December. So Thailand is pretty hot, but on the way back, I guess there was so many flu going around in the United States. So while we landed in Denver, she caught a fever, a cold, whatever it is, somewhere in between there. And on my last flight back to Des Moines, she had a fever on the flight. But luckily, we were almost home, you know. And there's another time where I was in Mexico, and since it was just a 3-day trip, I decided not to pack her medicine. And it was so hot in Mexico that she caught fever from it too, and I didn't have medicine, so I had to go out and buy it. But just to be safe, always, always, always bring medicine. Like, even stuff like stool softener, you know, you never know when she's gonna be constipated. If you are planning to bring a stroller, I recommend please bring a lightweight stroller. This is gonna literally kill you if you don't listen to this advice. On my first trip, she was 2 months old, and I have this really bulky stroller, which I absolutely love, but I realized it's such a horrible stroller to travel with because it's so heavy. And like, you can gate check your stroller, or you can bring it with you through the airport and leave it like outside of your plane. You can do that, but it's so heavy. Your baby is not gonna like being in the stroller for the whole entire time. Honestly, they're gonna wanna get out too. So I was at some point carrying my baby, and then my husband was pushing the stroller or like carrying it. So a bulky stroller is not it. And guess what? I still didn't learn. When she was 1 year old, we went to Hawaii, and I got a lighter stroller, but it was still kind of heavy. And it was this stroller right here. It was still kind of heavy. I mean, it wasn't bad, but by the time she was 16 months, we went to Europe for 11 days, and I was like, you know what? This is it. I got a $17 stroller from Walmart, you guys. Because number one, if anything happens to my stroller, it's only $17, so I don't care about it. Number two, it's so lightweight. I could carry her on one side and carry this stroller on one side, you know? And number three, we were going to Europe. There's so many stairs. And there's just sometimes stuff like that where it's not convenient for a baby, you know? And she was on the stroller, and I was able to lift her up with her on the stroller up those stairs. So guys, trust me when I say get a very lightweight stroller. You don't need to go all fancy when you're traveling. Keep the nice stroller for your home. Take the cheap, lightweight stroller for your travels. You never know if you're gonna lose it during the plane too. The next thing that's really important when you travel with a baby is to always bring snacks. Baby chips, baby purees, whatever it is. And you're allowed to bring baby stuff through the checkpoint. Don't worry about that. It's really good to keep them like busy. And number two, airport foods are so expensive. Just make sure to bring like snacks because it kept her busy on the plane. For baby foods, when she was a baby, I brought the like food, you know, this baby cereal. And I was on the airplane. I just asked like the flight attendant to bring me hot water or water so that I could mix the cereal. And usually the spoon I would bring on hand, so just make sure to bring a spoon too. Or you can have those baby purees that's already ready, or the pouches, those are good too. But if your baby is not eating yet, for formula, just bring the amount of formula your baby needs. Once you get past the checkpoint, if you have a water bottle, you can put hot water in there, or on the airplane, the flight attendant can always bring you hot water too. So going on with this, to keep your babies busy, I brought like some toys for her. Just bring toys that are not bulky. Something small that fits in your personal bag. Something that's not bulky that will not annoy you later is all I recommend. My baby was really interested in the TV screen. So if that's there, honestly, you don't need to worry about toys. If you have a baby, like 2 months, you don't even need to think about toys at all. But yeah, you guys, the goal to this is to seriously pack light. I learned this the hard way. Like, I remember going to Greece for 1 week, and I had a whole carry-on and a checked bag. And this just made it so much harder because like I was carrying my baby, and I was making all these other people that I was traveling with literally be my assistants. Like, you don't need that much stuff. Keep it simple, pack light. So I had a personal bag where I put her food, her snacks, her formula, her toys, my phone, my wallet, passport, diapers, and her wipes. Those things were in my personal bag, okay? But other than that, everything else was in the carry-on or the checked bag or the big bag, you know? For 11 days in Europe, I fit everything in a suitcase a small backpack, and I had a lightweight stroller. I made that work, and it just made my life easier. I could not imagine if I brought a heavy stroller and a big suitcase. Learn to pack light. That's my biggest advice of all time. Packing light will just save you so much stress too. And then I will say this, if you are scared to travel with your baby because she's a baby, don't worry, guys. Like, I would say traveling with a baby is so much easier than traveling with a toddler. Once she started walking, she was running everywhere, and I had to chase after her. She wouldn't sit still on the plane. She wanted to get up, all that kind of stuff. But when she was a baby, all she did was eat, drink, sleep, wake up, maybe stay for a few hours, and then sleep. And it was so easy for her to fall asleep on the plane. Now she's just crazy. But when she couldn't walk, you had to hold her, put her in a stroller, and they couldn't move anywhere. So I kind of stopped traveling because of that. I'm waiting for her to be able to understand my words first and talk first. But you guys, don't worry. For now, this is all I have in this video. I wanted to make it kind of simple, short, and quick for all those who are waiting for this. Anyways, thank you so much, you guys. See you next time.